What's up, guys? This is Blake with Relentless Growth Mindset. Live relentless, never cease to grow, change your mindset, change your life. Let's jump into today's topic. I'm going to kick this off with a really basic concept, and that's going to be how to lose weight and how to gain weight. And that's going to be a simple caloric balance. So if you want to lose weight, you got to eat less calories than you burn off in a day. If you want to gain weight, you have to consume more calories than you burn off in a day. And that's something you probably already knew, but you hear all the time people are like, oh, I just want to lose weight, or my goal is to lose weight, and then they look the same day after day after day. And that is not a matter of not knowing the information, but not knowing how to apply the information and not implementing it into your life. So that's going to be something we're kind of going to talk about today, why different diets work, why they don't work, and some tips to help you be successful, whether your goal is to gain weight or lose weight. So this might stem a little bit more towards weight loss because I think that's a more common interest for people. But there's all these different diets out there. There's the Atkins diet, the South Beach diet. You can count calories, you can low carb, paleo, keto, all these different things, and they can all work if implemented. But why do they work? And it's because you're cutting back calories. Atkins, for example, was super popular for a while, and what you did in Atkins was you ate fatty, protein-rich foods like bacon and eggs and things of that nature. So you're eliminating carbohydrates completely from your diet, and that's generally a huge chunk of calories for people. Something like ketogenic diets are the same thing. You eat super high fat diets. When you eat a paleo diet, you're removing all these starches and carbs. So these diets, no one diet is magical. They all just have a different way of restricting your calories so that you can lose weight. So if all these diets work, why is America still fat? Why is America still gaining weight? Well, a lot of these diets aren't sustainable. And I'm not saying that when you diet, you're going to eat that exact same way for the rest of your life. But you need to look at a diet and go, oh, could I be doing this 3 months from now, 6 months from now? Is this something I can incorporate with my family? There's so many factors in a diet, so the key is to find something that works for you. If a ketogenic diet where you eat lots of fatty foods and not so much carbohydrates works for you, go for it. If the Atkins diet or the paleo diet works for you, go for it. But you see people go on these extreme, 6-week body makeover diets where they're eating, half a cup of broccoli, a chicken breast, and some other little tiny food every 2 to 3 hours, and that's not sustainable. And that's why people maybe lose weight, but they instantly regain it as soon as they're off their diet. So really a big transition is not being on a diet, because that implies that at some point you're going to be off a diet, but really changing your lifestyle to revolve around eating healthier, protein-rich, fiber-rich foods. And that's something that not only is going to help you, but is also going to impact your family in such a positive way. So I hope this is something that's been helpful and something that you can start to implement. Don't go to extremes in your diet, because that's not sustainable, and your body is highly adaptive. So if you do restrict your calories and say count and only eat 500 calories a day for a month, you might lose a ton of weight, but you've just dug yourself a serious pit, because your body adapts and gets used to functioning on those 500 calories. And then you go back to 2,000 calories, your body has a surplus and is going to put on a bunch of body fat. So not only have you probably lost muscle mass in the process of this extreme diet, but you put on a lot more fat once you reverse the diet. So make sure that it's something that is sustainable, that isn't extreme, and that you can see yourself doing 6 months in the future. With that being said, I want to say cutting out calories, adding in cardio and resistance training are tools that you should balance out. So if you want to create a caloric deficit, there's 2 things you can do. You can increase your energy expenditure, i.e. cardio or weight training or playing some sport, or you can decrease your caloric intake, cut out carbohydrates, cut out some fat, something of that nature. So those should both be tools to slightly lose weight by creating a deficit over time, not creating a huge deficit that's not sustainable. This can be implemented by, I'm going to start out with 3 days a week of exercise and 2,000 calories, and slowly maybe you lose a little bit of weight and then it stops. You go, okay, now I'm going to eat 1,800 calories and keep my 3 days a week of exercise. That stalls, maybe you do 4 days a week of exercise. You get the big picture. But I want you just to keep that in perspective and make sure you're not going to extremes in your diet. Okay, so one final note. First off, when I'm talking about these tools, you should diet on as many calories as possible so that you don't dig yourself that pit, but also keep in perspective the big picture always. So if, say, you're at your child's birthday and you have a piece of cake, you don't say, oh, I blew it for the day, and you eat the whole cake. It's okay to have little treats here and there, but just think about it in the big picture and keeping things in perspective. And maybe you want to have a piece of cake, so cut out some other foods that you eat throughout the day to keep your overall caloric balance in a good place, and don't ever lose sight of the big picture. So that's kind of some general nutritional advice. I hope this was helpful for at least some people. I know it was super basic, and I plan to delve into more complex topics in the future. Please leave a comment below of something you'd like to know about. Check me out on all the links to all my social media. Subscribe and share this with someone so that we can help the channel grow. Leave a like. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, guys.